Hi there, I'm Tara Kestner. Welcome to Next Level Yoga out on the porch. This is a travel edition. We are on a beautiful porch in northern Michigan this morning. It rained a little, so you might see some raindrops drip on down, but hopefully the sun will come out and it'll be beautiful. Today we're going to do a class using the doTERRA Yoga Collection essential oils. I use doTERRA products, and when they came out with this, I was really excited. They had Elena Brower help them develop oil blends specifically for yoga. So if you happen to have that and you just really don't know what to do with it, or someone bought it for you as a gift and said, hey, you do yoga, I saw this, thought you might like it, and you think, what do I do with it? I developed this class to kind of teach you. It's very beginner friendly. If sitting on the floor is hard for you, you can do 90% of this probably in a chair or standing behind a chair. So if you want to do that, please do. I'd rather you do some and maybe skip some than to do nothing at all. So let's get started. There's 3 oils in the collection. There's a Rise, Align, and Anchor. We're going to use them in that order. So the first one is a Rise. It's in the orange bottle. And you're just going to take a couple of drops of that onto your hands. 1, 2 should be fine. They're not inexpensive, so let's not be wasteful. And then you're going to rub your palms together and create a little bit of heat. There you can smell it, that citrusy lemongrass. It's designed to kind of invigorate you a little bit and calm you at the same time, if that makes any sense. So you're just going to create that heat and then just kind of cup your hands. Place your nose close to your palm so you can really smell it. We're using these aromatically and topically today. And close down your eyes. And when you do that, your brain will start to bounce around. You might meet some resistance. But eventually your mind will settle. And then you can tune into your breath. So take a nice slow breath in. And blow it out. And then another slow breath in. And blow it out. And just start to soften. Soften your shoulders. Soften your face. Focus on that aroma, those essential oils. And kind of take you to your happy place. We're going to take 3 breaths together here. So go ahead and exhale all the air out, and I'll count you through it. Begin to inhale, starting now. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. One more time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. And softly blink your eyes open. Bring your hands down to rest on your knees. Begin to lift the shoulders up into the ears. Roll them back and down. And bring them forward and roll them up to the ears and then back and down. One more just like that. Roll them up to the ears, back and down. Pause. Let's reverse that. So rolling the shoulders back up into the ears and then forward. and back, up into the ears, and forward. One more time, back, up into the ears, forward, and relax. And we're going to start to loosen up the neck. So I'd like you to imagine a figure 8 in front of your face, sideways. And with your nose is in the center of that figure 8 right now. Drop it down and to the left, and draw a circle with your nose. Bring it back through the center, and down, and to the right. Draw that circle with your nose, and just continue on. Looping through that figure 8. Don't worry if it's perfect. Don't worry if it's a little lopsided or asymmetrical. You're just trying to work those neck muscles around so each side loosens a little bit. You have 3 muscles that run up the side of your neck. They're called the scalene muscles. I'd like you to just move your head in a way that gives each of them a little bit of love. And then we're going to come to stillness in the center. When you finish that last one, take one more breath here, nice and slow. Let it go. Bring your hands around behind you. Turn your palms out, and with an inhale, sweep up, reach up. As you exhale, bring it back down. On the inhale, sweep it up, reach up. And on the exhale, bring it back down. One more time, sweep up, reach up, look up there. And then let your right hand just gently float down to the floor, to the side of your chair, and begin to reach and lean, just gently stretching out that left side. And bring that right hand back up. Look up there. Let that left hand float down to the ground or to the side of your chair, and reach over. And bring it back to the center. Lift that left hand on up. Press the palms together. Bring them back down in front of your face. Lift the elbows up, pressing the palms firmly together. Start to lift the center of your chest towards your thumbs. And drop your nose a little and take one more big breath here. Here we go. Inhale. Blow it out slow. Exhale. And let it go. We're going to move on over to hands and knees. If you're using a chair, you're going to get up and stand behind the chair. I'm going to set this off to the side. I'm going to come to all fours, or you're just going to place your hands on the back of the chair. And start to move the hips a little from side to side. And then become still. Start to drop your belly, lift your face, maybe tip the tailbone up a little. Cow pose. Take a breath in. As you exhale, tuck the tail slowly round through the back. Draw your chin into your chest and push the ground away. Inhale. Dive the chest back through the arms. Look up. Exhale. Round it out. One more time, just like that. Inhale into cow pose. Exhale, round up into cat. From here, we're going to take the knees a little wider, big toes close to one another. Begin to settle the hips towards the heels. Come down onto the forearms. If you're on the chair, you're just going to hold onto the chair and drop your head between your arms. Step your feet back a little, nice flat back, stretching out through those shoulders. In this child's pose, you can stack up 2 fists, rest your forehead right there on those stacked fists, or flatten out the hands, make a little pillow. And just start to notice your back ribs here. Take a nice, slow breath in and feel those back ribs expand out, maybe a subtle little rounding in the upper back, and then as you exhale, let it all settle back down. Let's do that again. One more breath in. One more breath out. And begin to lift your head. We'll come back to all fours. And the knees back under you. I'm going to extend the right leg out long behind you. And you can just extend it out long and leave it there, or you can throw a bend in the knee and lift the face. That'll make it a little more intense. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, bring that knee in towards your chest. Drop your nose down there. Push the ground away. Inhale, kick that leg back out or up. Exhale, bring it on in. One more time. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, bring it in. And we're going to step the foot up between the hands. You're going to shift forward and back a little bit, coming into a little lunge. If you're standing, just step your foot forward. Your right foot forward, your left foot back. Bend and straighten that knee. And then plant that left hand to the ground. Slide that right hand up onto the knee. Look to the right. And if you feel good today, go ahead and reach for the ceiling or the sky. And bring it on down. Now we're going to begin to crawl up that front leg. Notice what's going on in this back hip flexor. If you're feeling good today, sweep those arms up overhead. Reach up, look up. Big, slow breath. And then bring it on down. Bring that knee back onto the mat. Same thing on the other side. Extend the left leg out long. Throw a bend into that knee. If you'd like a little more intensity, lift your face. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring knee and nose towards one another, round out the back. Inhale, kick. Exhale, curl it in. Suck the belly in. One more time. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, crunch it in. We'll step the foot between the hands again. Shift forward and back. And plant that right hand. Slide the left hand up onto the knee. Look to the left. And if you're feeling good, go ahead and reach that left hand for the ceiling. And look up to the sky. Revolve lunge. Let's bring it on down. Start to crawl up that front leg, noticing what happens here in that right hip flexor as you do. We'll settle in. And if you'd like, sweep those arms up overhead. Reach up, look up. Open up through the whole front line of the body. Take a breath in here. And with the exhale, float the hands down to the ground. Bring that knee back to all fours. And we'll tuck the toes under. And drop your head. You're looking at your knees. Lift your knees so they're hovering. And then continue to lift the hips on up. Pedal out the heels here a little. Stretching out the soles of the feet. Starting to warm up the calves a little. And then we'll walk the feet up to the top. Let the belly come to rest on the tops of the thighs. Let the weight spill forward into the toes. You've got your fingers there, so you're not going to roll off the top of the mat. Let your head just dangle. And slide the hands up onto the knees. Push the chest up off the legs. Tuck the tail under. And round roll your way on up to standing. When you get there, lift the shoulders up into the ears. Roll them back and down. And we will move in to the second oil. The second oil is called a line. It's the one in the green bottle. The line's very herbaceous. A very centering sensation. So what we're going to do with it is we're going to use it topically. You're going to place a little right here on your throat, down into the, I always pronounce this wrong, I believe it's pronounced décolleté. And whatever's left, just going to rub right into your low back, right into those QL muscles. Those are at the sides of the low back. and then we'll move on from there. So come on up to the top of your mat, or come out in front of your chair. We're going to move through a few sun salutations. So with an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Press the palms together, and as you exhale, bring the hands down the center line. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep it up. Press the palms, bring the hands on down. One more time. Inhale, sweep and reach. Exhale, bring the hands down. This time, we'll add on. Inhale, sweep it up. Press the palms, bend the knees, and just melt the hands down, either halfway, pausing here, or all the way to the floor, dropping your head. Then on the inhale, we'll slide the hands up the fronts of the shins, the fronts of the legs, until you can straighten out your legs. And for you, that might be up here, hands to the thighs. Could be on the knees, could be down near the fronts of the ankles. Halfway lift. And we'll re-bend the knees, look down, drop your head, and take your arms wide and rise back up to standing. Pressing the palms together, bending the knees, swan dive, halfway or all the way down. With a big slow inhale, that halfway lift, slide the hands up the fronts of the legs, flatten out the back, bend the knees, and melt back down. Inhale, rise back up to standing, press the palms. As you exhale, melt to the floor, rain it on down. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up again. Pressing the palms, bring it on down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to add on this time. So inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend the knees, melt down. Steady yourself with your hands and walk your feet back onto the mat and lower on down to the ground. Bring your hands right next to your chest, thumbs slightly under you. Stretch the legs out long, and with an inhale, peel it on up to cobra pose. And as you exhale, lower it back down. Push yourself up off the ground. Walk your knees up under you. Tuck your toes. Drop your head. And with an inhale, downward facing dog. Just roll into your feet. Straighten out your legs a little. Drop your head. Let's walk it to the top. And we'll put that all together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Press the palms and swan dive to the floor on the exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time, step your feet right back into downward facing dog. You've got it. Bend the knees. Bring them down to the mat. And then bend your elbows and lower yourself all the way onto your belly. Keep your hands in close, elbows in tight. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower it down. Push yourself up off the ground. Walk your knees up under you. Tuck the toes. Take a breath in as you roll into your feet. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Walk it to the top. Halfway lift to resettle yourself here. Here we go. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, rise up to standing. Press the palms, bend the knees, melt on down. Keep flowing. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step it back to downward facing dog. This time we're going to hinge the shoulders up over the wrist. Lift your gaze out beyond your mat. You can bend your knees or just lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes. With an inhale, peel up to cobra. On an exhale, lower it down. Push yourself up off the ground. Walk your knees up under you. Tuck your toes, and with a big, slow inhale, roll right up into that down dog. Take that walk up to the top of the mat. Last time through. Make it your own this time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, strong move, sweep up there. Press the palms, bend the knees, melt down, swan dive to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the shoulders forward. Lower to the knees if you'd like to. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Reach out long through your legs, and with a big, slow inhale, cobra pose, our last one. Exhale, lower that back down. Push yourself up off the ground. Walk the knees under you. Tuck the toes. Big intentional inhale as you roll into the feet, downward facing dog. Walk it to the top. When you get there, take a slow halfway lift. And then your best forward fold, whatever you've got. And then we'll rise up slowly. Press the palms together. Bring the hands down in front of the chest. Tuck your chin a little. Take a slow breath. And allow that little spinny sensation in your head to subside. I'm going to move into some aligned poses now. Some power poses. Don't let that scare you. We'll take it together one step at a time. All right, let's bring the hands onto the hips. Your right foot, step it back. Keep it close to the outer edge of the mat. You've got two straight legs. Maybe work this left foot over a little bit. Hip bones are pointed straight ahead. And then just bend this front knee. That's all you got to do. This back foot should be angled out wherever it's comfortable for you. Everybody's a little different. Some people have it turned way out. Some people have it more straight. Find what works for you. All right, that knee, you would like it to be right over top of that ankle, if possible. I'd rather have it be back than too far forward. And then drop the hands down and back, look up. And with an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Reach up, look up there, and then relax your shoulders. Feel those front ribs pull up and out of the waistband of the pants. And slide the hands down on to the hips. Look to the right, turn to the right. Take your feet nice and wide. Look at your left toes. Pick them up. Pivot on your heel and lay that foot down. Go ahead and bend that front knee. Now this time the toes in the back are angled straight ahead. Look straight off that way. And if you're feeling it, extend those arms out long. Warrior two. Palms can be up or down. There's no rule about that. If you notice your shoulders creeping up, then I'd flip my palms up and let the chest open a little more. Tuck the chin slightly. Take a slow breath here. And we're going to bend this front arm to 90 degrees. You're going to bring either the hand or the forearm down to rest on that front leg. And then this hand can reach for the ceiling. It can be up here or here. And if you're feeling really good today, reach over your head and then circle that arm down and around and reach back up there. Imagine there's a rope hanging from the ceiling. Grab a hold of it, draw yourself on up, and extend back out to warrior two. Now, we'll drop this back hand. We'll flip this front palm, and with an inhale, reach for the sky. Lift, lift, lift. Let your chest open to the side. And then back to warrior two. Let's straighten out that front leg. That should feel good. Pick up those toes and take them back towards the front of the mat. Turn all the toes out slightly and reach up so you look like a giant X. Take a big breath in here. And as you exhale, bend your knees, bring your elbows down, let your hands come to rest on your thighs. Stick your tailbone behind you and find something that works. And then begin to hinge forward. Fingertips will come to the ground. Drop your head. You can straighten the legs a little, or you can keep as much bend in the knees as you need. Let's look at our right foot. foot. Walk the hands over towards the right and bend that right knee a little bit. Just find some stretch up the inside of this leg. If you need to do this with the hands up on the thighs, that's going to work too. Now look towards the back edge of your mat. Start to walk the hands around. You're pivoting to face the other way. And you can have your hands up here. Doesn't really matter because we're all going to take a little bounce in that back foot. And we're going to drag or step that back foot up to meet its partner. Take a halfway lift, our old friend, halfway lift. And a forward fold. And then rise up to standing. Sweeping the arms up, pressing the palms and bringing them down. Thumbs in front of the chest. And pause. Do the same thing on the other side now. Hands to the hips, left foot. You're just going to step it straight back. Whatever a comfortable step back for you is. Move the right leg over a little bit. We've got 2 straight legs right now. Adjust your pants if you need to. And then begin to bend that knee in the front. Starting to find out what happens when you do that. Keeping that back foot glued down. Maybe you look more like this. Maybe you're out here. Maybe you're so good you need to move the foot forward a little bit to accommodate the bend in the knee. When you get there, drop the hands down, reach them back slightly, open up your chest. You can leave the arms right here, or if you're feeling good, sweep it up there. Reach up, look up, lift those front ribs, and then relax your shoulders. And we'll bring the hands on down. Look to the left, turn to the left, take the feet nice and wide. Now we'll look down at this right foot. Pick up the toes, pivot on the heel, roll that foot down. You want to stay in the outer edge of that foot or lift and wiggle your big toe. Once again, finding your warrior 2 legs. Maybe you just stay here or maybe you add the levers, extending the arms out long. Try to ground down in the back edge of that foot or think of lifting the arch away. It's not easy, but what you don't want is to be rolling up and out of it. Keep this kneecap angled out to the side. Now tuck the chin a little, get long in the back of the neck, and draw in a breath of that essential oil goodness. The front arm, let's bend it to 90 degrees. Let the forearm or the hand come to rest on that front thigh. Then begin to look up and reach up to the ceiling. You can stay here, or if you're feeling good, reach over your head. Get a little more stretch up this left side. And if you're feeling really steady, let's reach out, look out, and we'll slowly circle that arm down and around. Reach up, find that rope that's hanging from the ceiling, grab a hold of it, draw yourself up and out. Back into that warrior 2, extend the arms out long. And let that back hand drop onto your back leg. Flip your front palm, look up, and begin to reach up. Reverse warrior. Find something that's comfortable for your neck. You don't want to be craning and crushing the cervical spine together here. And then we'll level off the arms. We'll straighten out that front leg. Pick up those toes, wheel them around, turn all the toes out. Reach up into that giant X, 5-point star. Take a big breath in. Bend the knees, bring the elbows down, sink into this horse squat or goddess pose. You can leave the hands here or let them rest on your thighs. Allow that natural hollow to come out in your low back. And then stay here or begin to hinge forward at the waist, fingertips to the ground, looking through the legs, straightening the legs if that feels good to you. And then look at your left foot. Start to bend your left knee, walk your hands over to the left. Side squat, feeling it up the inside. You can be up here or you can be down here. I'm going to look towards the original top of our mat and continue to pivot around in that direction. A low lunge and create a little momentum in the back foot. Drag or step it forward. Take our old friend halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Pressing the palms together. Bring the thumbs down in front of the heart. Lower your chin, lengthen the back of your neck, and take a slow breath in. Exhale, let it go. From here, we're going to take one more sweep of the hands up. We're going to melt down on a swan dive. You're going to walk your feet back, and you're either going to come back into your chair, or you're going to come back onto the mat, sitting back, coming onto your back side, and we're going to move into our third oil. Third oil is called Anchor. So it's all the good stuff. It's the relaxing, calming lavenders and all kinds of wonderful oils that are designed to anchor you to the earth, to make you feel grounded and secure. So a couple of drops here are going to go right on to the soles of your feet. So just going to rub them into the soles of the feet and give yourself a little foot massage, as weird as that sounds. I know it's always seemed very strange to me to put essential oils on the soles of your feet, but when you stop and think about the medical reasons of all the nerve endings, something like 250,000 nerve endings in the soles of your feet, which is why it hurts so bad when you stub your toe. And then take your thumbs and start to massage out through the arches. And then there's a spot right here, a notch behind the mound of the big toe. You want to press your thumb in there. In reflexology, that connects to your solar plexus, which is also another big nerve center. The spaghetti junction, I believe they call it, of the center of the body. So just give that a little rub, and then finish by rubbing the tops of the big toes, right at the very tip. Give that a little squeeze and a little massage, and then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and rub them around a little. Hold on to the fronts of the ankles. And adjust myself here and sit up tall. Now it's okay if your knees want to come up here. I'd just like you to hold on to the legs and lift the chest. And just take a second. Lower your chin down. And then we're going to come on to our backs. If you're in a chair, you're just going to modify this however it feels good, or join us on the floor. Take your time, get down here. You get back up, keep the chair near you if you need that help. But come on down onto your back. And when you get here, walk your feet onto the mat. Lift your hips and readjust, resettle. Let your the small of your back, your low back there, really feel the support of the floor. Kind of drop the knees from side to side. And then hug the knees in a bit and begin to rock up and down. Not up and down the spine, but you're going to keep the knees a little further away from you and rock. And then you're going to hug the knees in a little tighter and rock a little higher up on the spine. And pause and rock your head a few times. And let's go ahead and hold on to the left knee as you kick the right foot up into the air, and just gently roll your ankle around a little. As you hold on to that knee, slowly lower that straight leg on down. Now it may not stay straight. You may notice the lower it gets, you feel that tightness in the front of the hip flexor, and it's okay to throw a little bit of a bend in the knee there. Hug this knee and move the left knee over to the left just a little so it's clearing your ribs, and flex that left foot and just draw that knee up towards your armpit. And then we'll release that and let it go. Let your left hand fall away to the ground. Bring your knee across your belly. And just stay here looking up, not rolling yet. Just find a little stretch in the outer hip. That place where you close your car door if your arms are full of groceries. And then rock your head to the right and continue bringing your knee across, just taking a roll, including your low back in this stretch. And then we'll bring it back into the center. Bring that right knee up and in. Give the knees a little hug. Rock it out if it feels nice. And then we'll hold on to the right knee and kick the left foot just up in the air. Give that ankle a roll, see if there's any air trapped there. And when you're ready, slowly lower that straight leg on down. And if you need to put a bend in the knee, that's fine. If you can reach that leg out long, great. Move the right knee over to the right a little, just so it's clearing your ribs, so you're not pulling it right into your belly. And then draw that knee up towards the right armpit. Flex your right foot. And then we'll let it go. We'll drop that right hand to the ground. Let the left hand guide the knee across your belly. Just find that stretch right in the outside of this hip. And that's going to be different on everybody. Now rock your head to the left and just continue to roll to the left and include the low back in that stretch of that hip. And we'll bring it back. We're going to bring that left knee in, hug the knees in one last time. Lift the forehead towards the knees. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, let it go. Stretch the legs out long. Let the hands rest on the belly. And just kind of let the knees and the hips and the ankles all find their place in their joints. You can leave the legs long, or you can walk the feet up onto the mat, dropping the knees into one another, re-tucking the tail under. And then you make sure you lift your chest up and readjust your shoulder blades underneath you. Another option might be to bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees fall open. That's a lovely way to rest as well. Reclined butterfly pose. Just close your eyes. There's nothing left to do here but to just be still, be peaceful, and be calm. Begin to deepen your breath a little. Draw some air down into the belly. And then purse your lips like you're blowing out a candle and slowly release that air. Begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And then bend your knees and just lazily walk your feet up onto the mat if they're not already. And start to drop your knees to one side and then the other. And eventually let your knees drop to the right. Allow yourself to roll onto your right side. Use your right arm as a pillow or cradle your head in your hands. Close your eyes, rest here on your side. And whenever you feel ready, begin to press yourself on up to a comfortable seated position. And just rub the hands together. Interlace the fingers, extend the arms out long, tuck your chin into your chest and take a big breath in. As you exhale, release your hands, bring them down behind you. Turn your palms out. With an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, pressing the palms together. As you exhale, bring the hands on down in front of the chest. Take one more slow breath in here. And release and let it go. Thank you so much for joining me out here on the porch today for our doTERRA Yoga Collection class. Namaste.